Well, welcome back. Plenty of sun around the region, but we are starting to see more of those high clouds moving in as expected. Of course, clouds have got to get in before the storms will arrive later on tonight. There are a few of them that are now making their way into Georgia. So let's start with this severe thunderstorm watch, right? It's in effect until midnight. So after that, the severe threat's going to really dwindle. So it's just as these storms first get in, and the driving threat is hail. In fact, go ahead and zoom out. You can see these storms are very, very scattered in nature. There's a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings, and so far they're almost all being driven by hail that's an inch or greater in diameter. So that is going to be the main concern predominantly in North Georgia. Yes, a couple of wind gusts are possible too, but there really is not a tornado concern at all with this system. So love to hear that. 46 degrees was our wake up temperature earlier. 77 was our high for today. Pretty close to the average on both ends there. Continuing to keep it pretty nice through this evening, as those storms are not going to get in until close to about 11:30 for us in the northern counties. And for many of us, it will be after midnight. Low to mid 50s with wind out of the west-southwest. We'll be seeing those gusts of 20+ miles per hour, which when you think about, ahead of a cold front, we've seen ambient winds where the gusts are over 40 miles per hour. So this is very tame in comparison. Low to mid 50s again, so not a whole lot to worry about there. As mentioned, these storms begin to get in probably close to midnight. They're still really just in the northern parts of the state right now, but going to be a wet night for many of us. One thing that we will want to pay attention to for the northern counties mainly is just because all the rain we got Sunday and Monday, will river flooding levels increase? That's not as much of a concern further south, but for some of the northern counties, it'll be something to watch. Tomorrow will be a partly cloudy day, windy as well, with a couple of spotty showers in the afternoon, and then our Saturday will be mostly sunny, a little cooler, around 70 degrees for a lot of the highs. In fact, many spots may not quite get there, and there'll be some scattered clouds over the eastern half of the region. You do see it's level 1 for the majority of the region for tonight, so a little bit of hail could be a possibility as well as some wind, but I'm keeping everything on the low end here. We're not overly concerned about any overall threats. Again, when it comes to this flooding threat, it's more conditional. It depends on what kind of rain totals we do end up getting through the overnight hours, just because like the Okmulgee River and some others are a little high right now after the rain that came through last Sunday and Monday. So as you can see, these storms are getting in around midnight. They linger all through the early morning hours, but largely are gone by sunrise. There's still a decent amount of cloud cover early. There will be a good amount of sun through the afternoon, but a lot of cumulus clouds expected to stay around. There'll be some spotty shower chances as well over the back half of the day. I doubt there'll be any thunderstorm activity in there. And as mentioned, the wind. I expect the gusts could be pushing 30 miles per hour through the back half of the day. So it'll be interesting to see how that maybe impacts things over in Augusta with the Masters. I know last year there was a lot of wind. I believe on the opening day of it might have been the second day, but it was blowing golf balls into the water or the sand. It was definitely a sight to behold. So, as mentioned, still going to be a little bit of a breeze on Saturday, as we do have some scattered clouds in those eastern counties. Hey, if you want to go fly a kite tomorrow, you'd probably be able to do it. Sky should look pretty much like that. A lot of scattered clouds out there. 70 degrees. We'll check beyond that in 10 seconds. Your 421 NBC AccuWeather 7-day forecast is brought to you by Volume Chevrolet. Windy day for us tomorrow, and highs will be around that 70-degree mark. Saturday should be a little cooler, and then we begin to rebound with our temperatures. We're expecting Monday to be the warm day as we get into the low 80s. Our next good rain chance after tonight, not for another week.